So in the last class, we were talking about the architectural diagram, right? We were looking into the architectural diagram wherein we were understanding the staging area, working directory, and these are the things we are looking at, right? So today we'll proceed and understand the we'll deep dive into the concepts today and to have more understanding on the things. I would also share the presentation again for the architectural diagram. Yes. So this is the architectural diagram we were talking about, right? We first make changes in the working directory, move it to staging area, local repo, right? So let's see what are all the things we can do here in the local before we proceed to remote. So we were talking about making changes to the files or creating a new file, right? So now today, let us begin with deleting the file as well, like how it works when you delete a file. Here you have to remember one thing, whether you delete a file or create a file or modify the file, the changes should go through the same process of changes from the working directory, add them to staging area and commit them. This is how you should proceed. Okay. And before we go on there, I would like to show you one more thing. Like here, this is the file too you have, right? Let us do one thing. I'm going to, or else let me just create one more file. File3.txt. So it would also help you revise the things. Okay, I'm just creating a new file and save this. And what would be the status message showing us now? What would be the status message showing us?
Untracked.
Untracked.
Untracked, right? Because it's a new file. So what you need to do? Untracked means where is it?
Working there.
Working directory.
Directory. And what you should do now? To
Add
stage
it to stage.
git add file3.txt. And then now where is the file?
Stage.
It is staged, it is in the staging area, and then what you should do? To put
Commit.
it in local repository, git commit -m third file, write some commit message, done. So you have all the three files added and committed. Now let's suppose I'm making some modifications to this third file. Okay, done. So can you tell me where is this modification and what would be this message showing us?
100 file.
Unstaged.
No, this
No.
modification will be in the
Local
working directory. It is
Local
not in
directory.
will be in the working directory and it will show like unstaged, right?
Yeah.
This file is having unstaged changes, right? To see the unstaged changes of the file, you have a command called git diff. This is the command which will show you unstaged changes of the file, right? So if you want to see unstaged changes, this is a command. Okay, fine. This is having unstaged changes. Now what I'll do, I'll add this file. So does it have any unstaged changes now? Is this file having unstaged changes now?
Oh, you added it. No.
No, we already added
No.
in stage.
So see, there is no output of this command. You see that there's no output. Okay, fine. Is this having staged changes or not? Is this file having staged changes or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
So staged changes can be seen now. Means the same change can be seen under staged this way using staged flag. The git diff commands help you see the staged and unstaged changes of the file. Right? Okay, fine. This is staged. Let's say I'm adding another line. Okay. Now, can you tell me, is this file having staged changes or not? I mean, unstaged changes or not?
Yes,
Unstaged.
it's in working stage.
Unstaged changes are in which area?
Working.
Working directory.
Working directory. And yes, do you see that, right? It has got unstaged changes as well as staged changes. isn't it? Some lines were staged, some of the lines were unstaged. So this file is having both staged and unstaged changes. At this point, if you see the status, see, first changes to be committed means where is this file? Changes to be committed means where are the changes?
Changes to be committed, staged changes.
Staging area.
Staging area. Changes not staged. Where were these changes?
Working
Working
directory.
Means the same file might be seen both under working directory and staging area. Don't get confused. This might be the simple logic. Some of the changes were staged, some of them were not staged. That's all. Right? That's a point you have to make a note. You shouldn't be confused why the same file is shown under both working directory and staging area. This is logical and simple logic. Right? That's a point. Are we clear with this scenario? This is a bit tricky, but
Yes.
yeah. And at this point, like I want to put everything like add and commit. So git commit minus a m and file modifications, file 3 modifications, let's say. Right? Done. Now it is all clear. Right? That's about the diff commands and the logic of having both staged and unstaged changes on the same file. Okay, now let's talk about deleting a file. Let's suppose, okay, I have these files. I just don't want this file 3. Okay, everything is committed, but now I want to remove this. Git rm file 3. See, file is gone here. Okay, and if you do status at this point, even any change should be committed. Okay, what I'll do, git commit minus m, deleted the file. Okay, the file is gone from both staging area, both working directory and also from local repos. If you do git ls files, yes, file 3 is no more. Okay, this is one way. Now, there is another way of deleting. Now, again, I want to delete a file called file2. But the point here is, I want to delete it only from local repository and staging area. I just want to keep it in the working directory. Why you want to keep it in working directory? Maybe this file2 may be a documentation or else some notes I have taken for my project. It's a personal notes or personal documentation for the project. I want to keep it in the same folder because this project folder is everything about my project. So I want to keep the file in the working directory, but I don't want to keep it in local repository and staging area. Understood the use case, everyone? So if that is the case, yeah, I have deleted it. Oh, sorry, I did again RM. I might have done 1 minute. Git status, I might have done RM cache. If you want to get it back, okay, you have the command git restore stage and the file name. I don't want to commit, rather I want to get the changes back. Git restore staged file2. And if you see the status, it's asking not staged. Now if I commit, git commit minus am, file should be back. We did not get this file back. Actually, restore file should, okay, I might have done this one. I just discard changes in the working directory. I should do this. I have done this one. So it got committed. I should do after restoring git restore file name to discard the changes so that you are discarding the deletion. But I have done committed. So the deletion was committed. Let it be. What I'll do is, let me just have one more file just for demo purpose. File2.txt. It's a new file. What should I do? Git add file,
Add.
Git add.
git commit minus m, a new file or something like this. Done. Right. So now I have this file. So like now coming back to our use case, let's assume this file2 is some documentation, right? Some notes which I have taken. I don't want to put it in staging area and local repository. So I just want to delete it from staging area and local repository, but keep it in my working directory. So git rm cached will do this. Git rm cached. This will keep the file in the working directory as it is. See here, it is still there, right? But it is removed from staging area and local repository. If you do git ls files, it's not there. That's what git rm cache will do. But anyhow, you made a change, you need to commit the change. Deleted from local repo and staging area. Done. So it's all good. And you have the file, but it is not there in local. But when you do status, it will always show us this. Why are we seeing this message?
Because it is not in the staging area or neither it is committed. So it is in working directory.
Means it's like a new file, right? It's considering
Yeah.
it again like a new file, and it will keep on asking, because see, this my project is a folder where I have done git init. This is my local repository. This is my working directory. So you have done git init, meaning whatever files are there here, Git will be tracking them. So because you didn't put this in the staging area, it will keep on asking you to put it in the staging area and local repository. But I don't want it because, like I said, it's a documentation, or else the real scenarios might be like it might be a log file, it might be an executable file, or else it might be a file with sensitive data which you don't want to push to remote and just share it with others. Meaning, okay, there might be some files in the same Git repo, but you don't want Git to track them. Means I don't want Git to track or version control this file. How can I tell Git not to track this file, not to track so-and-so file, not to version control? Means basically, how do we tell Git to exclude certain files from version controlling? Those files might be log files, executables, documentation, or some files with sensitive data like credentials. So how do we do that? You got the scenario, you understood the use case, right?
Yes, Preethi.
So, see here we are seeing this with dummy files. Okay, we are learning the concepts. We are going to apply the same Git concepts. Like I told you, this is used to version control any projects like our Terraform projects, Kubernetes projects. There we'll see files with sensitive data. There we'll use these concepts. That's how the practical implementation is. First, we are learning it, and we'll be using this Git throughout the course because every project should be version controlled. That's how you get practice on it. So now, yeah, anyone, any idea how to tell Git not to track some files?
You
Dot
can
git ignore.
yeah.
That's where
Git
now
ignore.
ignore into picture. Okay, there is a file or component called .git ignore. Okay, create this file, and whichever files you don't want Git to track it, put the file names there and save the file. Whenever you put this file, do you see it is grayed out? Right? Yeah, it will not be tracked anymore. Similarly, you might have so many files with a extension log. You can use wild characters like this. Star.log means any files with the extension .log will be ignored. So you can use wild characters to match multiple files, and whatever file names you put in .git ignore will not be tracked anymore. But git ignore itself is a file. Do you see that? It is after all another file. When you see status, see it's no more tracking or talking about file 2. Do you notice the difference? Earlier it used to say untracked file, please add and comment, but it's no more bothered about it, but ignore, as it is also file after all. You have to add and comment. So let us add this file, git ignore and comment. Git commit -m ignore file added. No, it is all cool, clean. It is not bothered about. Fine. Are we good?
Can you just know how
Yeah.
you create that dot git ignore file?
Sorry,
Is
repeat.
that like a no? So can you just show like how you created that dot git ignore file? You
Just
like a
like
normal.
any other file in
Okay.
this VS Code editor, you click on this one, You can give
Okay.
file will be created, give some name, that's all.
Right.
But Preethi, the dot ignore file can be seen by any others as well, right? So what are we trying to achieve here?
Have just the
Because-
file name, right? It will not have the content of the file where you may have sensitive data and
Oh,
all.
it would not have a content of the file for the others.
File name. It will have only the file names.
Okay.
So they don't see with the file name, you can't see the content, right? So
Preethi, for
So
one
Preethi,
git, we have only one dot git ignore file, right? We cannot have multiple dot git ignore file, right?
for one repo, for each repo, you will have one dot getting.
so Preethi, can we ignore the directories here too using git ignore? Like sometimes we have a Ansible, and Ansible there's a collections on these kind of folders, so which contains a lot of unnecessary data. So we don't want to
Not only
push
the
them.
files, folders also can be ignored. You put that folder name, all the content inside the folder will also be ignored recursively.
Okay, thank you.
So that is about .git ignore. And like we'll see this practical implementation in Terraform to ignore the state files where the actual state of the infrastructure is stored. Okay, like I said, we'll be using this Git throughout, and then you will also see the real files which will be ignored. Okay, that's one thing. And another thing is see, till now we made some bunch of commits, right? You can see this. Git status. It was clean. And we have done a bunch of commits. You can see them with the git log 1 line, the bunch of commits, the log history you can see. Suppose you want to undo any particular commit. What is meant by undo? What is the dictionary meaning of undo?
Revert the action.
Previous one.
Revert the change.
Like undo. Meaning, suppose you have created a file. You undo means? Correct? The file will be deleted. Suppose you deleted the file. You undo means the file will be created back. Am I correct? Right? This is how you have your undo thing. Same is the case here also. You have something called revert to undo any particular commit ID. So if you undo any particular commit, whatever changes happened in that commit will be undo. Right? Let's suppose there is a commit called A. See, this is the commit ID. I can't refer that C, C, F, and the complete ID. I'm referring this like a. Okay, let's suppose you have undo this. Okay. Every revert, like you do the commit, every revert will also generate a commit ID. Like it might be generating a commit ID called B. Right? B. Again, let's suppose in this B you created a file. Okay, B in the commit B, I mean, when you revert, it will be deleted. Suppose you want to get that back again, you can revert this B and another commit ID called C will be generated, which will have the file created back, right? Means the C is same as the A. Is it logical? Right? Simple logic. Agree with this? So this is how revert works. Means whenever
Could you
you
repeat?
revert, whenever you do undo, a commit ID will be generated. Again, if you don't want and go back to the previous state, you can revert that again. Right? So let's see this. Let's see how this works. How do you revert and what is the command? Git revert. I'm using this commit ID. Git revert like commit A. Then commit B will be generated. Okay, let's see. See, it will ask for some revert message, same like commit. This is a Vim editor. You can go to escape mode, insert mode. See at the bottom, you will see insert escape I. so that it will allow you to write something, revert ignore file. Some message. Again escape. You will go to command mode, you will not see any insert, colon, WQ, exclamatory. That will save the file. So you have reverted. Just check the log. See, like I told you, this is, consider this as A. B is created where the file is gone. Do you see ignore file is gone? And because ignore file is gone, file 2 is being tracked again. Do you understand?
Preethi, can you just repeat again because I lost?
Yeah, could you?
We just have reverted this one. We have, this is the commit, right? Earlier, I have done git revert this one. Then another commit ID was generated, but ignore file is gone because in this CC757F, git ignore file is created. When you revert, it is reversed. It's gone. File is gone. And because ignore file is gone, when I run the status, file 2 is being tracked again. Right? Like I have reverted
Correct.
commit A.
Since we have deleted the ignore file, the file 2.1 which we have ignored it in the ignore, it came to the untracked.
Yes. And also this is commit A, like CCF59, if you consider it as commit A, whenever I reverted, commit B is generated, which is this one. So file is deleted. Let's say I want it back. Again, I can revert this commit B, another commit ID C will be generated and the file will be back. Shall I do it? You can revert the revert again. You call it as revert or commit, whatever it is. This is like commit B as per the diagram. Am I making sense and everyone following?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Appreciate
Reverting the revert.
respond.
Reverting the revert, right?
Yes, yes. You may call it you are reverting this commit ID, but you revert the revert like this diagram. A, you revert, B is generated, opposite file is deleted. Again, you are reverting B, C is generated, which will be same as A. Means I'll reach this state where I'll get ignore file again, file 2 will not be tracked anymore. Reverting that. Again, if you want, again you can revert any number of times. Each time an ID will be generated. Appreciate your quick responses. Good to go?
Yes, do we need to revert only to the head or we can revert to any commit ID?
Any commit ID you can revert.
Okay.
So whenever you do this, it will ask for message. You come into this editor, escape I, then you are able to type it. When you go to insert mode, we will learn this in the Vim editor. Revert again. Give some message of your choice. Once done, escape, colon, WQ, exclamatory. That will save the commit. And if you see the log, see this is like commit C. This is commit A as per the diagram. Commit B, commit C. Commit C is same as A. That's why ignore file is back and it is no more tracking this file. If you see git status, it's no more.
Yeah.
You reach the state of A again.
So can we use a Git history to see what content was there in previous commit, which we are going to revert back?
Git log will show you the history of the commits. Okay, this is the command
So we'll use Git log.
comments. If you want to see each
No, it shows a history of the log. Does it also shows the content of the commit, like a file content, which in the file content was changed?
Git
Like,
show. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, like if you see at file 2, you added hello. If I add a hi on second line and I do the commit, and after some time, if you want to, I add another change, I want to go back, right? So before the reverting back, I want to make sure that is the same commit I want to go back.
Git
So
show.
how can I see the content of the file, the commit content of the file, data of the file, commit? Like if you do Git history, right? Git history, and can we use the Git history with the commit ID to see what was committed?
Git show the commit ID will show you that.
Yeah, but it does not show which what data was inside the
Git
file and
show
what
commit.
data.
See, I'm going to show that.
Okay.
Okay, so commit ID will show you the things happen here, like whatever changes happen in this particular commit ID. Okay, this is one way to see what changes went into this commit. Okay, git show commit ID will show you what changes went into this commit. It might be file 2 or file 1, what changes went in there. If you want to see particularly a particular commit history of any file, you can see like git log. Let's say you want to see the log of a particular file. This is possible. This is how you can see. Git log file name. It will show you commits of that file. Then you show that particular commit ID. You will see what changes went in each commit. Those are the two commands to check.
Can you please run get log file 2? I think this is the answer he was looking for.
Git log file 2 or file 1 will show you all the commits of that on that file. Again, you check that the commit ID show, and that commit ID will show you what are all changes went in that commit. So that's about revert to undo a particular commit ID. When you undo, whatever changes happen in that, work on. There is one more interesting command or a concept here. Let me show you. So if I see the log, again, I'm seeing a bunch of commits, right? So let's say I realize that I don't want the commits which I have done from last 4 days, or else the last 4 commits, I don't want it. Let's say successive top 4 commits, I don't want it. I don't want, in the sense, I don't want any changes happen during these commits, as well as I don't want to keep them in the commit history because they were no more used. They were not at all required. So I just want to wipe them from the commit history as well. Is that possible? Yeah. That's where comes another command called reset. Reset is a very powerful and destructive command. Destructive in the sense, you cannot get the things back. See, when you revert, every revert will generate an ID. Again, you can revert that ID to get the things back. Am I correct? That's what we have seen in revert. But reset is not as such. If you reset something, you cannot get them back because reset will not generate any commit ID. Right? When you reset, changes are gone forever. That's why it's called destructive and powerful command. And it is to reset successive commits, not any random commit. And it is about git reset hard. Let's say top 4, I don't want. I just want this one. Top 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I just want to discard these 4. What you can do is head tilde 4. First 4 commits, the top successive 4 commits will be wiped off. And this becomes the topmost commit. This becomes the topmost commit. Always, you might have seen here something like head. Head is a pointer which points to the topmost commit ID in the branch. Right? Head points this one. So when you do reset, your head would be pointing this one. Okay. So head is a
So
pointer
what can
which
be the real?
points to the topmost commit ID. And when you reset these bunch of commits, this becomes the head. So you are changing the head. That's what is reset does. And all these commits will be wiped off from the log history, as well as changes happen in those commits also will be wiped off. Yes, tell me please.
So I'm asking like what can be the real-time use case to use this reset command?
Like you might have realized that whatever work you have done from past 1 week, you don't need it. Functional requirements have completely changed. You don't need this anymore. If you don't need this anymore, there's no point of making it them or putting them in the log history as well, right? So that's where you may go for this reset. Like I said, it's not a regularly used command. Revert is the one which we use in the day-to-day purpose. This is very rarely used.
So do we have any limit to keep commit ID in log history, or
Limit on
keeping
commit
these commit IDs in the log history?
whatever changes will be shown under log history. There's no limit on that.
Okay.
See,
Once we reset that one, again we can restore or permanently delete it from.
you cannot restore. That's what is the difference between revert and reset. That's why I told reset is a powerful destructive command. Changes
Okay.
gone forever. You cannot get them back. You cannot get them back because see, for revert it generates an ID, commit ID, but no commit ID generated here. So they were gone. See, this becomes the topmost commit. ID is pointing to this now. Right? That's
Yes,
what is reset. So if you want to, there will be a lot of confusion over them. You can differentiate these things. Like a revert and reset. Right? Revert, you can revert any commit ID, any random thing can be reverted. Here, only successive commit IDs can be reverted, topmost, that too, right? Latest ones. That's one thing. And whenever you revert, a new commit ID is generated, but that's not the case. No new commit ID is generated, right? If new commit ID is done, that's good, right? You can revert it again. You can always get the changes back, recover the changes. But here that's not possible, not at all possible. You can't get them back. Not recoverable, right? And revert is the one which we use more often. This is very less used. Right? This is safe to use and the best practice. This is very dangerous and destructive. Got it? But yeah, you can clean up. If you want to do a kind of cleanup, you may go for it. Okay, you may do this way, reset hard and the head, like whatever number of commits you want. Or else what you can do, you can also do this. Git reset hard. Whichever you want to be the topmost. Let's say I want to get rid of these three. These three means this becomes the latest, right? So you can also put this. Or this way, head tilde 4, tilde 3, tilde 5, whatever you want. Both works the same. See? Clear? Let's say I just want these two. I just want this to be the topmost. That's all. So changes are gone from everywhere. This is the commit history you have. That's about reset and revert. And whatever we have seen now is called hard reset. There are also other types of resets like soft reset, mixed reset. We don't use it, very rarely use. And that's all like a lot advanced and we don't need to go to that extent. I mean, it's too beyond. We don't use it actually. But still, if you want to have an idea, I can just help you with the things with this diagram, because like I said, this is an advanced part and a lot of confusions over there, but you can learn it very easily with this chart. So I'll just show you this. If you need it at any point of time, you can refer this and use it very easily. There are types of resets. Like hard reset is the one we were talking about. Hard, soft, mixed. Command is same. Instead of hard, you put soft or mixed. And this is the working directory. staging area, and local repository, right? So now when you do hard reset, your changes, like whatever changes you applied, are gone from everywhere. So that's why changes are gone forever. You cannot get them back. When you do soft reset, changes are gone from here, but changes are still here. Means if changes are in staging area, if you want to get them back to local, what do?
Commit.
Commit, you get the changes back, right? Similarly, in the mixed reset, your changes are gone from here and here, and your changes are seen in the working directory. So if you want to get them back in this case, what do?
Good.
Add.
Add and
Add to the staging area and have to commit.
So these are possible with the soft and mixed reset.
but mixed is same as I think revert.
Revert. See, when you do revert, an ID will be generated, right? Your changes would be placed in the local repository. Always when you do revert, it's a committing. It's like a commit. Changes happen in local repository, but you do mixed reset, you have the changes in working directory. It's removed from everywhere else.
Good.
Okay. So this is the different types of resets. This chart should make the thing simple in case if you are looking at it. Okay, if anyone interested, you can try to do the hands-on also, but you don't need to go to this extent on Git. But yeah, you can also try it out if you are interested. Any questions from anyone? And remember, yeah,
Preethi. So can we do it from the bottom, like a head
like
reset?
no,
Reset.
can't. From the topmost only you can do.
Okay.
The latest.
Okay. Thank you.
And also just remember, we were still on local repos. We did not go to remote it. We were on local repositories, isn't it? We did not go to remote it. We'll talk about it. So just make a note of it. All right. So what are all the things we have seen till now? Today we have seen about git diff, right? Diff to check the stage and unstaged changes. Git diff file name will show you unstaged changes. Git diff stage will show you the staged changes on that file. Right, and then we have seen git rm, and we have seen git rm cache, which will delete both from local repository, which will keep it in working directory, but delete from staging area and local repository. Git rm we have seen, and then we have seen git ignore, right? Creating git ignore file, right? And then we have seen git revert and git reset. And again in this git reset hard, soft, and mixed reset. Try out hands-on on these things. See, first what you have to do is, first do the things we have done in the class. Then try out the new things like I have mentioned here, soft and mixed. Try this out from your end. Also, there were assignments on the LMS part, which you can also go through, right? So these are all the things we have seen. Now, I would say these are all a kind of basics, but which are very important for you to properly understand Git. And then comes the next part, which is called branching. What is branching in Git? Branching is the most important feature. Okay, this is very, very important feature in Git, and which is making Git so widely used. Okay, Git has got a strong or else a great branching feature, branching strategies which can be implemented. What is this branch, first of all? You might have noticed whenever you do git status, till now we did not concentrate on it. Whenever you do status, you might have seen something like on branch master, right? What does that mean? What is a branch? Anyone, any idea?
It's copy of the working directory. when we create a new branch, everything, whatever in the working directory, all the data will be copied in the new branch.
So,
Memory,
branch. Yes, please go ahead.
I thought it's just like C drive, D drive. Uh,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. See, branches are like virtual directories. You can imagine them like a virtual folders in your repo. Let me give an example. See, till whenever you create any repo, or till now, whatever files, whatever folders you have created are set to be on master branch. Master branch is called the default branch or the main branch, whatever you call it. By default, everything goes into this master. Whatever you have done till now is set to be in master. You can imagine it to be like a folder. Let's suppose, okay, let's say I'm on master branch. I'm making some changes for this file 1, file 2. I'm working for functional requirement 1. Okay, let's say it's a functional requirement 1. Now I got another requirement, functional requirement 2. Okay. I'm still working on the same folder. Let's say I'm working on the same branch, but here also same files. Changes should be done on the same files only. So if I'm doing everything on the master branch, like I said, imagine it to be like a folder, okay, or a directory. So if you keep on making changes at some point of time, it makes it very difficult to identify which changes are for what, right? Whether this functional requirement 1, I mean, what are the changes for requirement 1? What are the changes for requirement? Correct? Can you distinguish, can you differentiate them after some point of time? Files are same, but changes might be different, right? Also, I may have to release it separately. Like I may want to release or push this to repo FR1 on April. This should be going in March. So how do you do that? Is that possible if you keep everything in the same folder?
No.
So rather than placing everything in the same branch, I'll create a copy of this master. Okay, I'll create a copy of this master, which is nothing but your B1 branch. Or else some branch, you may give the name as feature branch or whatever naming convention you're following in your project. Okay, let's say a feature branch called B1. So when you create a copy, you get all the files, all the changes. So you can develop functional requirement 1 here and functional requirement 1 here and function requirement 2 here, so that they were like a separate. You can release them separately, you can manage them separately without the changes getting messed up, right? So branching particularly allows parallel development, right? Parallelly you can develop both the features. It will allow you to have different releases. It will help you to have different releases or versions, right? And also you can maintain separate environments like prod branch, staging branch. It helps you to manage different environments. All of them are possible with a branch. A branch is a copy, right? Till like it's a copy and exactly copy of the parent branch. And once branch is created, later on they work like two parallel entities. In layman terms, let's suppose you have a folder. Okay, let's say in layman terms, you have a folder. You made a copy of that folder. Now, after making a copy, if you make some changes in the copy, will it be visible to the original one? And vice versa?
No.
Same is the case here. You make a branch from one branch. Let's say you take a branch that's called parent branch and you're making a new branch out of it, which is a child branch. So child branch will have exact copy of all the files commits from the parent branch. But later on, they work like two parallel entities. If you make something on the child branch, it would not be visible to parent branch and vice versa. They work like parallel entities, right? Means it allows parallel development. It helps you achieve releases. It helps you maintain different versions, environments, and so on. That is the concept of branch. Branching is very important. In real practice, we definitely use branches. There is no Git repos without branches, right? So Yeah, how these branches works, the branching strategy and all we'll discuss as we go by. First, let's look into the branch. Is it clear theoretically? Or any questions or confusion?
It is kind of virtual folder, you mean to say, right? It is kind
Yeah,
of virtual folder. Branching is virtual folder because initially we, stabilized or throw init one particular folder. So everything is going there. So now we will create a virtual folder of the main branch and just kind of copy where we can just do the operation and it will save for the, which is not going to affect branch, main branch, correct, Preethi?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And these branches can be of two types, permanent branches or temporary purpose. Permanent purpose or temporary purpose. Temporary purpose means, okay, I want to make some changes and test it. For test purpose, I might have created this temporary branch. Once I made changes and once I test it, if I think that it is working, okay, I will push this one to means, okay, let's say I made a temporary branch. Okay, it is doing good. Then I will integrate these changes to the original branch and delete this temporary branch. Right? Those are called the temporary branches. Okay, another way is maybe I may have permanent branches. Like for dev environment, I may have one branch. For staging, one branch. For prod, a separate branch. These would be like for permanent purpose. Right? These branches may be for permanent purpose. Right? So branches can be temporary or permanent. And once you make changes in one branch, you can integrate into the other branches. How to do all of that, we will see. First, let me show you the branches. To see all the branches in your repo, git branch. Only one branch, that's why it was showing only one. That's a default of the main branch. That's why whatever changes you made went into that branch. And here also when you do status, you will see like this. Let's suppose now I want to create a branch. I would say git branch B1, that's a child branch, new branch. You may give some name and the parent branch. So a new branch called B1 will be created from the parent branch master, which would be an exact copy of master, including the files, including the commits, everything you will have. See, branch is created if you want to make sure, see B1 and master. But there's asterisk symbol on master. It indicates you are on master branch. The star asterisk indicates on which branch you are on. I'm on master. If you are on master, whatever commands you run are set to be on master. See here, git status is on showing status of master. Git ls will show the files of master. Git ls files will show the files of master. Git log will show the log of master. If you're on master, whatever commands you run are applicable on master only. Now, I want to go to B1. How do you go to B1? How do you switch the branch?
Checkout.
Git checkout B1. So it says switch to the branch. How do I know? How do I confirm? See, first if you see asterisk is on B1, it indicates you are on which branch? Also git status. See on branch B1. Now whatever commands you run are set to be on B1. So I have two files on B1. I have two files on repo of B1 and everything is on B1. Git log online. This is B1. Right? Commits, everything got copied. Perfect. It is as expected. Shall we make some changes on B1 now? Good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's make some changes on B1 now. I'm creating a file here called file3.txt. Now I would make some changes here. Again, the same old story. Where is the file?
Working.
Working directory.
Working directory of B1 branch. See on branch B1 untracked. Same old story. What should I do?
Add.
Add this. And again, if you see on branch B1 changes to be committed, what should I do?
Commit.
Commit -m, let's say on B1 is my message. Done.
Double M.
Huh?
No, commit. Okay.
No.
So git status. See, it says everything clean. Now I have got 3 files, ls 3 files, git ls files, 3 files here, log of b1, git log 1 line, b1's log. If you want to see the log of other branch, put the branch name. See, do you think you have the third file on master? Will
No.
you have third file on master branch?
No.
Will you have this
No.
third commit on master branch? See, they are like two parallel entities. Whatever changes you make here will not be visible to other branch and vice. Okay. So they were. This is how it is. Now, okay, to confirm, let's go to master. How do you switch the branch?
Git checkout.
Checkout.
Check out.
Git checkout master. See, on master, I don't have this file 3. Do you see that? Right here, you don't see, here it is striked out. You don't have that basically.
Yeah.
So ls will show files of this. Git ls files will show the files of master. Git log will show the log of master anyway now. If you want to see the log of B1, give the branch. So perfect. They were like working like two parallel entities. Right? You can't see other branch changes. Now, if you want to push, you push this master branch separately to remote and so on. You can do that, right? Okay, yeah, this is one thing. Okay, let's suppose this B1 is my for temporary purpose. I have made some changes there. Now I want to integrate changes from B1 to master. Is that possible? How to do that? You got
Merge.
the scenario, right? Yeah. Like I made some changes on B1. Now, okay, that's for test purpose. It's doing what I want to put it, integrate them back to this branch, master branch. So that's where comes a concept called merge. How do you do that? The syntax is, this is the syntax. Git merge source branch and the destination branch. That's the syntax, right? Git merge source branch and destination branch. So here destination branch is
Master.
git merge. And what is the source?
B1.
From where you want
B1
from B1
to
this
master.
master. So if you do this, changes from B1 will be integrated into the master branch. Right? So that's a simple merge. That's called fast forward merge or simple merge or automatic merge, whatever you call it. Like you develop something on master, once it is done, you can merge it back to the original branch. See, now you see the third file. Do you see that? When you see ls also, you can see git ls files, you can see. And when you check the log of master, yes, you got everything copied from B1. Understood? This is the simple fast forward merge. Any questions?
One question. Master has a file one which has a content in it, and B1 branch has a file one which has a different content in it. When you merge it, both together merge it, the inside content in the file one.
It depends on like your commits. Always Git works with respect to commits. It's not about the content. Okay, we will look into that scenario as well. Okay.
Okay.
What happens with the file with the same content? We are going to go through it. So just you have to remember one thing, Git works with respect to changes and commits, right? It's not with respect to the file names or it with respect to the lines and all. It works with respect to the commits and the changes you have, right? And whatever we have seen is a simple merge, fast forward merge or a direct merge without any conflicts. But there might be a use case, like let's suppose there is some file on master, right? You made some changes. Again, there's the same file on B1 with different changes. You are merging it. What happens to it? Correct? That's what you're asking. That's where
Yes.
comes conflicts into picture. Okay, what is the reason for conflict? Why do you need a conflict? That's again a separate topic. Just let me give a brief out of it. Let's say this is your master branch. Okay, this is your master branch. And let's say you have some file called file4. Okay, you made some commit here, commit A. And there is something like B1 branch. There is some B1 branch, and here you are making another file like here you are making some same file, let's say, with some other comment. Now you want to merge it, right? So it's the same file, but you have different comments over there. What happens when you merge? That's where comes the scenario called conflicts into picture, right? So how to resolve them? Why do you need them? Should we avoid them? Conflicts are not something you should avoid. Okay, conflicts are good to have because it tells you it will not allow overwriting, right? It will not allow overwriting, it will not allow ignoring changes. Like let's suppose this is a local repository, but still from both are your branches only. From one branch to another, it may overwrite, or else from one branch to another, like it may ignore some changes. Both are not allowed. If Git is doing it, there's no point of using Git, right? So in the beginning, like I think yesterday we intro part we learned why do we need a version control system. It should not allow one person changes overriding the others, or else it should not allow overriding changes from one branch to another. It should inform us. That's where the conflicts will show us. Conflicts are a way to inform us about what changes happening there, right? So we will look into exactly, we'll dissect, generally when we say conflict, people think that it's about the same file name. It could be the file name with the commits, right? So we will look in actually what is happening at the back end, why you get a conflict, how to resolve it. When you get a conflict, you should know how to resolve the conflict. Two types are there. You may get a conflict within your local repo. You will also get a conflict on remote with another person, with another collaborator, with another user, right? So local repo means it's within your changes only, but still you will get a conflict. On remote, you will get a conflict with another user. We'll look into all those scenarios. What are conflicts? The reason for conflicts, how to resolve them if it is in your local repo, how to resolve them with respect to another user. All of these things we shall go through, right? You have the basic concept as of now, right? The branching and merging part is clear. Are we clear with that part?
Yes.
We were talking about branching, right? And a simple merge or a fast forward but or automatic merge. Then we have something called merging with conflicts. Okay, this is the scenario we shall take up tomorrow, where you need to understand what is a conflict, reason, resolving, and so on. Any questions from anyone?
Hi, Preethi. Good morning.
Yeah.
My question is not related to Git, but I want to ask that in the curriculum, there is also Linux. So Linux will be the next module or?
Linux will be the next topic you're asking?
Yes.
After completing Git, yes, we will take up Linux.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any more queries? Have you all done the hands-on of yesterday's part? Everyone completed? Any
Yes.
questions during the hands-on? Everything went well?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
And hope you all have completed the quiz in the portal. And here is the quiz for today. I'm sharing it in the Zoom chat. Please go through this. I have shared the quiz in the portal. Sorry, in the Zoom chat, sorry. Go through it. You can also retake it from the LMS, but make sure you're doing it on daily basis. And do the hands-on on whatever we have discussed, and do share the screenshots in the group once done with your hands-on. That would encourage others as well to get started with. Any more questions from anyone?
Preethi, this group which is formed, I can see a lot of associates are there. So do we have separate group, WhatsApp group for our batch where we can just show all this screen and everything? Means we are around 40 odd guys or 35 odd guys. Where in the WhatsApp group I can see more than 200 associates.
There will
So
be WhatsApp group created, okay, and all the registered students will be moved there. Once you are registered, you will be moved to the separate group.
I have already registered. I have done the payment also, Preethi.
Let me check. Actually, WhatsApp group is, I think today we'll create a separate group.
Okay, because I was just waiting for this. That is the particular one. Because I have done with my payment as well, Preethi.
Sure, no problem. Whoever completed your registrations, WhatsApp group is not yet created. Today we'll create them
Okay.
and we'll move them. Meanwhile, you can share your screenshots, any queries there also, not a problem until then.
Okay, Preethi.
Have anyone completed this quiz?
Doing it.
All right. I could see the responses, whoever completed. So whatever mistakes you have gone through, revise the topic and then retake, so that this helps you to register the concepts in your mind. You are getting the list of corrections, right?
So, Pretty in a questionnaire, there's a question uh, for a Git rebase, but we haven't covered Git rebase, right?
The Git rebase is not covered. We'll cover it.
Yeah, but it's in the questions.
It is quiz 2, right? Have I shared quiz 2, or what is the number you are seeing there? Oh, okay. I got it. Just think and answer it. Okay, yeah, like I said, there'll be some questionnaire out of the topic as well. Just you know what it is not, right? In that way you can answer.
Oh, sure.
All right, then please submit your quiz and retake if required as per the marking. I would also get the results. I'll also go through it and we'll see how you are all up to. And we'll close here and we'll continue tomorrow. Any questions, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp or you can also call Mr. Raj. His number is available on the website.
Preethi.
All right,
Thank
then.
you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.